Have you ever found yourself enchanted by the ghost of an easy victory? That seductive whisper from the past, promising effortless triumph once more, even as the world around you subtly shifts its contours. We are often drawn to the allure of a repeated success, especially one born from an unforeseen advantage. But what happens when the very mechanism of that advantage is understood, observed, and then ingeniously turned against us? When the universe, or a patient adversary, learns our secret dance and choreographs a crushing counter-movement. This is the tale of such a dance, of a pattern exploited, and the stark, heavy lesson of a game played once too often. In the heart of the crystalline weave, where the threads of destiny were spun into the tapestry of time, lived a diligent weaver named Elara. Her loom, an intricate contraption of polished quartz and living silver, was her universe. Each thread she chose, each knot she tied, was a testament to her unwavering focus and meticulous dedication. Elara believed that the strength of the tapestry lay not just in its beauty, but in the unyielding integrity of its every fiber. She was known for her enduring patience, often spending cycles perfecting a single, minuscule section of the vast, glowing fabric. Across the shimmering chasm, in the echoing spires, resided a shadow sprite named Kael. Kael possessed a formidable cunning, an agile mind that delighted in exploiting vulnerabilities and finding shortcuts. His domain was one of fleeting shadows and whispered promises, where appearances were often deceiving. Kael had long observed Elara, intrigued by her painstaking process, and more so, by the occasional, accidental unraveling of a nascent thread. He discovered that if a particular thread, the memory strand, was gently jostled just as Elara was about to secure it, it would momentarily loosen, allowing him to subtly entwine a lesser, weaker filament into its place without her immediate notice. This saved him the arduous task of creating his own robust threads and offered a path of effortless acquisition. The first few times, Kael's trick worked flawlessly. Elara, lost in her diligent rhythm, would briefly lament the unexpected looseness, reinforce the area, and move on, attributing it to a momentary lapse in her concentration or a peculiarity of the weave itself. Each successful pilfering emboldened Kael. He reveled in the ease of it, the way his cunning bypassed the need for his own sustained effort. He grew complacent, believing he had deciphered an infallible pattern in the weave, a secret loophole only he understood. He became convinced that the memory strand was perpetually susceptible to his subtle manipulations, a wellspring of effortless gain. However, Elara, though patient and diligent, was not oblivious. Over time, a recurring pattern of inexplicable weaknesses in her tapestry began to trouble her. She started to observe her loom with an almost preternatural focus, her senses attuned to the slightest anomaly. She didn't react with anger or frustration, but with a quiet, unwavering resolve to understand. She meticulously documented the times and precise locations of these mysterious unravelings, her diligence slowly building a hidden ledger of Kael's cunning. One day, Kael, confident as ever, prepared to repeat his well-worn trick. He watched Elara intently, waiting for the precise moment she would begin to secure a particularly vibrant memory strand. As he initiated his subtle jostle, anticipating the familiar loosening, something unexpected happened. Elara, with a swift, almost imperceptible movement, pulled a hidden lever on her loom. The memory strand, instead of loosening, snapped taut, trapping Kael's ethereal form within its now rigid confines. Simultaneously, the very threads he had subtly introduced into Elara's earlier work, designed to be weak and easily pliable for his future schemes, began to rapidly absorb the raw, chaotic energy of the weave. These threads, instead of providing him with free material, began to glow with an intense, uncontrollable heat, drawing power from his own being. Kael, expecting a swift, easy gain, found himself ensnared, his free threads turning into conduits of his own undoing, draining his essence with every pulse of the weave. The weight of his own shortcuts, the very fabric of his deceit, had turned into a burning burden, far heavier than any task he had ever sought to avoid. This narrative serves as a stark mirror to a pervasive human failing, the seductive illusion of a perpetual easy win. We often mistake a temporary advantage or an exploited loophole for an enduring strategy. In our pursuit of shortcuts, particularly those born of cunning or manipulation, we overlook the subtle shifts in the environment, the learning curve of those we seek to outwit, and the inevitable consequences that arise from complacency. The story reminds us that true diligence, coupled with keen observation, can eventually expose and neutralize even the most subtle forms of exploitation. It highlights the psychological trap of relying on a trick that worked once, ignoring the fundamental truth that all systems, and all beings, learn and adapt, often turning our own cleverness into our greatest vulnerability. The burden of past deceit can become exponentially heavier than the effort it initially sought to circumvent. In the grand tapestry of existence, every thread we spin, every shortcut we take, eventually weaves itself back into our own design. For the true strength of any creation, and indeed, any life, lies not in the momentary gleam of a clever trick, but in the enduring integrity of every patiently woven strand. This is the Filiarium's eternal truth: beware the comfort of a game played once too often.